All right, we were just listening to the White House task force talking about FIFA World Cup preparations right there, and we did want to play that out for you. However, we do have a breaking news update that we did want to share with you right here on Live Now from Fox. We first brought you just a short time ago a fatal plane crash happening out of Butler, Missouri, and we do have some live looks and new information. I did want to let you know that viewer discretion is advised as this continues to be a very active investigation there at the scene. We can see from this aerial perspective that blue tarp right there. The very latest update is this: a plane carrying passengers planning to spend this afternoon skydiving crashed in Missouri, killing all 12 people aboard. That is according to authorities. The Missouri State Highway Patrol putting out a statement that troopers were on the scene assisting the Butler Police Department and Bates County Sheriff's Office. The crash occurred near the Butler Memorial Airport. And just for added context, the small town of Butler has a population of around 4,300 people. It's about 65 miles south of Kansas City. According to a patrol sergeant with Missouri Highway Patrol, he was saying that the plane was taking people up to skydive. Emergency responders got a call that the plane was down and engulfed in fire at around 11:30 a.m. local time this morning. Emergency responders were able to extinguish the fire shortly after the crash, but the patrol sergeant describing the scene as brutal. So this is a live look right here. Ariel, we do want to say viewer discretion is advised as there continues to be a very active scene right here. And we have been seeing from this live perspective when the camera.
This is a sad situation because this can happen to anybody. This is in the United States. This can happen to anybody. When I went skydiving personally, I have an personal experience with this. I went skydiving too. I was scared out of my life, hoping that something like this wouldn't happen. Now, in this aspect, you put your life and you sign fee waivers. So if you die, you die. That's kind of what it is. You can't sue the company. I wonder what company was actually this, but at the end of the day, the pilots died. The people that helped the people died. And you got to think about it too. You're not fastened into any seatbelts. There's a possibility you might be attached to your diver. So if he flies, you fly. You know what I'm saying? Like if he loses his balance, you lose your balance unless y'all detached. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Usually y'all get attached in the plane. And it's just a sad situation because you go there to, experience a time of your life and you end up dead. You know what I'm saying? And it's really no fault other than the plane itself, but no telling what happened for real. I doubt that anybody intended to die that day. I doubt that anybody meant for that plane to go down. Of course, they probably did this a million times already. It's just a malfunction. And that's the risk you take, and they know that, So when I went skydiving, very scary. I was at the back of the plane. And if you the first one on the plane, you're in the back. And if you're on the back, you're the last one to jump. So say, for instance, hypothetically, if I was on this plane, the door's in the front. There's no way for me to get out this plane. I'm sitting in the back. So everybody that's in the front, they're all trapped in, and you at a high speed, no telling how the plane is flying. By the time it hits the ground, it's engulfed in flames. Everybody's probably unconscious. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking at. And based on these pictures, they had to cover it up with the tarp because they seen how brutal it was. Probably some of the bodies are hanging out the plane on fire and shit like that. 12 individuals killed, including the plane pilot. That's crazy, brother. And 12 skydivers, which probably half of them were actually staff members. So they probably just lost half of their staff, the pilot, the plane, and 6 customers, bro. They're going to have to close that down for sure. They're going to have to close that down because this is a sad situation. Like that scares people not to do something, even though jumping out of a plane is a very blissful endeavor, let's say. I wasn't free until I jumped out of a plane. I didn't become fearless until I was able to skydive. And when I skydive, out in Chicago, you got Windy City skydive. You can go to Indiana or you can go to Ottawa. Indiana, over there right across the lake, is in Michigan City, Indiana. Everybody know that is. You can see the Chicago skyline from it. Very good place if you want to go there. But this is a possibility. Is it rare? Yes. Is it likely to happen? No. But it could happen. And if it does happen, you've already signed the papers to state that you cannot sue, your family cannot sue this establishment if you die today. That's literally what you signed, bro. You cannot fly without signing that. And that's the scary part, because you got to understand when you go up there, you almost got to have the thought in your mind that you're ready to die today, if say it happened. Because it can go too. If the guy that's attached to you on the parachute, if he's ready to die today, you're dying today. If there's a malfunction, you're dying today. And these things aren't really predictable. They can try to fix it. They can try to save you, but you're literally jumping out of the sky. It's just a sad situation, man. Missouri, man. I don't know. I still, and this is controversial, I still would recommend people go skydiving. Look, I know, you got dead people. Stuff happens like this, but I'm be honest, it was one of the most blissful experiences of my life, and I do recommend people to go skydiving if you're gonna go skydiving. Now, don't let this scare you. Now, this rarely happens. It's rare that anybody dies from skydiving. This just happened to happen. Let's just say, Butler, Missouri. That ain't shit. Missouri ain't too far from us, for real. But still, that's the situation, man. So, for those individuals that might be afraid that you think you might die from a plane crash, I wouldn't. Yeah, that's fucked up. But I wouldn't be scared. I'd say go do it. Kiss your kids, sign your papers, make sure your insurance is paid up and all that shit, and jump. Because it's a feeling of bliss when you jump out that plane, G. And it's something about you almost dying or the possibility of dying and don't is what makes you feel so good about jumping out the plane. Now, in this situation, sorry for their loss, but yes, accidents happen. It's just a sad situation of events. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. It's your boy Angelo Savage. It's the Daily Night News, and it's your boy Angelo Savage, and this is Savage Report, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. Have you ever been skydiving? And if you have, tell me your experience in the comments section right below. It's your boy Angelo Savage. We out. Peace.